Okay, well, so if you're ready, we can get started. Just let me share the board. One moment, please. Okay. That's it. Well, today, first of all, we're going to talk about some phrases that we normally use when ending a conversation. Of course, you know some of them. You know how to end a conversation, but sometimes, we need maybe an excuse to say, okay, I need to go. But here we have some phrases you can see that you can, of course, you can end and leave a conversation.
Yeah.
Do you need time to talk? I can wait. It's okay. Do you need time to talk to your colleague? It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, it is okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, but, for example, when you end and leave a conversation, it's like to give a reason and to promise future contact. So let's match the two parts of the phrases 1 to 5 to A to E, then listen. So let's guess. For example, the first one is that the time, which one can be matched? So is that the time? I think it's not but to listen. So let me help you. Just let me play. Yeah, of course, why not? Just let's listen and then.
It met with E.
No. No. Okay, so let's listen. Okay, just one moment. It's 2.4.
Yeah.
It can be helpful. Just one moment. 2.4. Okay.
2.4. 1.
Oh no, is that the time? My parking ticket runs out in 5 minutes. Can we continue talking later?
2.
Sorry, but I promised to meet someone in 10 minutes. But I'll come back when I've seen them. Catch you later.
3.
I'm going to get some food. I missed lunch because of a conference call. So, see you later.
4.
Is that James over there? Excuse me, I really must go and speak to him.
5.
Look, I have a meeting now, but it ends at 5, so perhaps we can continue our conversation then?
Well, so is that the time? The first one, that is actually an idiomatic phrase. When we use it, that we're surprised because it's become late. So
yeah.
So one
is one met with B.
Excellent. 2.
E.
Very good. 3.
C.
Very good. 4.
For D.
Yup. And 5.
A. Yeah.
Of course. Well, and now, actually, it's not bad to know more phrases. So, of course, they're good phrases, but there's some general phrases that we can use. Formal and informal phrases when talking to people and when ending a conversation in a polite way. So, but ending, the phrases that we use for ending and giving excuse different. So, for example, when you want to end a conversation, you can say, it's been a pleasure speaking with you or talking to you. So this is the end. But when you want to give an excuse in formal language, for example, I don't know, you can say, I hate to cut this short, but I have another appointment commitment. Okay, so this way you can give reason that why. So sometimes you don't want to, I don't know, like make it really specific that, okay, I'm giving some, I don't know, maybe personal reason. You want to give a reason and excuse, but you don't want to mention it like just, personally, like something related to, maybe you don't want to explain. So there are some phrases that you can use. Let's learn the first one, first two, and let me change the color again. Okay. Yeah, it's purple. Okay, pink, purple. Well, so for ending, this is formal. It's been a pleasure. Speaking with you or talking to you. So both of them. We normally use it. It's really common. And for example, they are formal. Thank you for your time. Okay, so this is the next one that you can use. And for example, this one, I live, so that is, I leave you to it. So that's really good. You can phrase, so now you need to go. And for example, thanks again for conversation. That is really good. So when you need to leave, you can say, I leave you to it, and thanks for the conversation. So there are lots of phrases that you can use. And for example, if you wait to continue and to talk again, so maybe another day, so why not? For example, now you need to go, you need to leave, but you like to continue this conversation later. So how you can say, but don't forget they are formal. I will give you some informal phrases. So for example, I look forward to continuing this conversation later, or for example, another day, or another time. So it's your choice. So how to say, I look forward to continuing this conversation later. It means, I really like to continue, but now I need to go. And now you want to give an excuse. The first one, if you have another commitment, so you can say, I don't like really, but, for example, you can say, I hate to cut this short, but I have another, I don't know, meeting, another commitment. So it's your choice. So how to say commitment or meeting, or for example, I don't know, appointment. So there are different words that you can use. And for example, you can say, unfortunately, I have to step away now. So
but in this way I need to give the reason, right?
Oh, okay. So here, actually, you are giving an excuse, but you don't explain. So for example, now I want to say that, okay, I have to go, but I don't want to say, for example, I don't know, my mother is calling, I have to go. Or for example, so you don't want to give some personal reason you can use, because you know that giving an excuse in informal and informal situation, two different, totally different topics, because normally informal conversation, you don't explain. Because it's something personal, okay, because actually we are two colleagues, two friends, and you say, for example, I don't know, I have to step away now. Let's continue this later. So this is okay. And for example, you want to give a reason, excuse me, I need to prepare for my next appointment, so I need to go. So for example, this one, if you want to give a good reason, excuse me, I need to prepare for my next appointment. And of course, there are a lot, but some maybe samples, some examples that you can use. Now, this is informal situation, totally different. You're talking to your friend, family, it's like, casual setting, so you don't need to be really formal. The first one, the most common, all right, I catch you later. Maybe you heard it a lot. So,
Yeah.
all right. Catch you later. This one. Now, you can use this one. It's been great talking. Okay. Now, this one actually can be used. It's been great talking to you, or it's been great talking can be used in formal and informal. But when I say, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
Or I gotta run, for example. I gotta go, I gotta run. So both of them you can use. So it's been great talking, but I gotta go or I gotta run. So this one, make it informal, the second part. And for example, catch you later, that is really good. Or we'll talk soon. So there are different phrases. They are the phrases that you use to end a conversation. And when you want to give an excuse, I don't know, for example, I just remember that I have to go. So it's like, I have something to do. So you can say, I would love to stay longer, but I have to head out. So two phrases, or I don't know, we'll chat soon. So let's say, for example, the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, stay longer, but I have to head out. I need to go, head out. So this is the first one. Or for example, I just remembered I have to go. So for example, you can say, okay, I just remembered that I have to go, but it's been really great talking. So that's it. And then you can end the conversation and go. So there are informal and of course the other phrases that you don't need to, of course, know all of them. But a few of them is not bad to know and use. Okay, well, do you have any questions related to these phrases?
Sorry?
Do you have any questions related to these phrases?
No, I have a question for my own, that's how to remember all of them.
You don't need to remember. Okay, let me say, you can choose one or two. You don't need. I only give you some alternatives. You can, for example, I love this one. I normally use catch you later. We normally use it. So all the time. So everybody, okay, I catch you later. And for example, the next one that I always use, it's been great. If it's really formal, it's my pleasure talking to you. This is mine. And if it's informal, okay, great talk. Catch you later. So this way. So just choose one of them. So you don't need to actually memorize.
All of them, so that the same polite when I want to stop the talking. Right?
Of course, they're all of them. So every phrase that I just type in the word is a polite way, a good way to end and give an excuse to end a conversation. But if it's casual or, for example, formal, they're different. And for example, is that this one when you end? Oh, is that the time? So it's like actually you can use this is and then you can give. So for example, when you're late for something and you want to say, oh, it's late, and then you want to give an excuse, I just read in book. So is that the time? For example, I've got a meeting I need to prepare for. So for example, wow, is that the time? I don't know, the day flew by. Or for example, the time flies. So it's like, wow. So this one is really good. You can use it when you're late for something. Okay. Well, now let's see. Okay. You are at a conference and you're making conversation. You've spoken for 5 minutes and have run out of small talk topics. So tell me how to end the conversation. If you want to end this conversation, for example.
Mm. For the first situation, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for your listening, and do you have any question, and do you
Yeah.
want to clear any more?
Yeah, of course. So thanks for your time. This
Yeah,
one is better. Yeah, because of course it's actually the time that you
yeah,
spend listening to you. So yeah, thank you for your time. And then you have spoken for 5 minutes and have run out of small talk topics. Okay. So, and then you can mention, and let me say something. Sometimes, for example, I'm talking and
mm,
I don't know, I forget. I'm like,
mm,
okay, what are you talking about? What was that? I don't remember. Why not? You can mention. It's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Just, I just ran out of ideas, so I don't know what to say. Or for example, if you think that, okay, you talked a lot. Oh, so I ran out of the time, so I don't know anymore. So I need to end this conversation here. And
mm.
now you're just leaving work after a long day when you bump into an old client in reception who's just arrived to see someone else, and the client wants to chat. What do you say?
Just second situation, right? You are,
Yeah, the second one.
yeah. Yeah, the client want to chat, but I want to leave
Of
right
course,
now.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, a little bit hard.
Yeah.
um, yeah, uh, I think I will say hello to him or her. So I will say that I have to go for the another meeting, or
Of
yeah,
course, very good. So it's like, for example, you can use one of those phrases. Okay, for example, I love to listen to you and talk to you, but unfortunately, so I have
yeah,
to leave now because okay. So and you don't need to give any excuse to a
yeah,
client.
yeah,
Yeah, of course. So you don't just I have to know that I have to leave. That's okay. And
yeah.
you meet a work colleague by chance at the
Mm.
theater during the interval, and but for the second half has just run. So you need to go. Yeah. A work colleague,
Yeah.
now you can use, for example,
Yeah. Uh,
it's like,
I had to go. I had to go and see you later, or catch up with you later. I will catch up.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, if you yeah, why not? You can say. So if you're a friend, so like, him or her, so you can say I'll catch up or no. So it's better to be a bit formal. And uh you met your old manager at your child football match. You are with your family, so you don't want to talk for very long.
Yeah.
So which
Mm,
one?
yeah. I think I will say that I need to go with my family right now. So yeah, I,
The
I
best one. My wife is calling. It's
I'm
calling me.
looking for I'm looking for to talk to you later.
Okay, but that is the point here. So let me say, when you say I look forward, so
Yeah.
that is really important if you really want to, because when I say I look forward, for example, we have another session and I say I look forward to see you. So it's like, I really want because we planned for it. Or for example, I really want to see you again. That is really important. But then maybe because this is actually it's like, by chance. There is
Uh-huh.
no appointment, there is no meeting, so there is no commitment, so you don't need to say. But when you say I look forward, it means, okay, maybe let's set another day to meet.
Yeah.
So that is different. So be careful, because maybe people misunderstand. Ah, really? You want to talk to me again? So let's find a day. So let's meet on, for example, Wednesday. This one is really important. Or for example, now you can say, it's really good to see you here. It's really good to see you here. Such a good surprise. So that I see you here. And, I really like to talk to you. But unfortunately, my wife and family. So my wife is calling like just this and say goodbye. So this one is better.
That means looking forward to do something. We use them for the in the formal situation, and when we use that means we have to plan and to do in the future.
When you wait for something, because look forward means wait. For example, I send you an email and I write, I look forward to read from you or hear from you. It means I really want your response, your answer. So this is look forward. When I say, unfortunately, this session and we need to go now, but I look forward to see you again. It means we have another session and I want to see you again. So look forward means wait. If you, for example, come across someone by chance and so there is no plan to meet them again, so of course you don't need to use it. And it's formal. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well. And now, let's see. Imagine that you are at a conference. Which of these questions would you use to start a conversation with someone you think you might know? Which one is good?
But I'm not sure about them, right?
Yeah, of course, you might know. You want to be sure about it.
I think I will use F. We were met before, haven't we?
Haven't we? Of course. And you can use also A. Why not? Yeah, isn't it? So yeah, it's Adriana, isn't it?
C? About C?
C, no.
No.
Orange State based in Italy. No. So just, I think A and F are two good options that we can. And actually, let's talk about this. Isn't it or haven't we? So look at this word. Indirect questions, negative question tags, or tag question. So question tag means this part, the second part, and question tag. Let's talk about this. Actually, we are talking about a polite way to talk to people. Indirect question is polite. For example, I think we talked about them before. Like, for example, if you ask something directly, you should be like, for example, in a casual situation. But when you want to make it, a little bit more polite, it's better to use some other, for example, phrase or another way. Now, let's see. The first one is indirect question. Actually, these questions are really polite. And when you want to ask something, for example, when I say, where is the bank? So it's like, where is the bank? It's like, I don't know. It's like, for example, I see you in the street, okay, sir, where is the bank? It's like, I don't know. It's better to ask it another way. So, for example, could you tell me where the bank is? Could you tell me? So this one is better. So direct, indirect, direct, friendly, talking to friend, family. So like indirect, talking to people. So we have, for example, where is the bank? Could you tell me where the bank is? Or for example, I don't know. Is your friend coming to the meeting? Is, for example, your colleague coming to the meeting and say, do you know if he's coming? So how to make it? First of all, let's write that we have direct, indirect.
Yeah.
For example, where is the bank? Normal question that is direct. Now, I want to change it. There are some phrases that you can use. For example, could you tell me, okay, now where, just, the point is here. When making indirect question, you don't say, where is the bank? You should say where the bank is. Because it's not the question form anymore. So, where the bank is. Okay, for example, what is your name? That's not really good. What is your name? May I ask your name, please? May I ask your name, please? And for example, is he coming? Yes, no question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, no question. For example, is he coming? This is yes, no question because the answer is yes, he is or no, he isn't. Now, how to make? We use if or whether. So, do you know? May I ask? So different phrases. Do you know or may I ask if he is coming? If he is coming, because we have yes, no question, we use if. So for WH questions, we don't need to use if. But for yes, no question, if or whether. So may I know whether you are coming to the meeting? So this is the way that you can make indirect question. That is really useful. Now let's see. Okay. What phrases make this question sounds more polite? After the indirect phrase, does the verb come before or after? As I told you, verb after the subject because we have a normal. So we don't make it in question form. Okay, so let's make some examples maybe. It's not bad. For example, can you tell me, or could you? I like, the difference between can or could. Unfortunately, some people say that no, can is not polite. Can is really polite. It's okay. So no problem when using, no problem at all. But could is a little bit more polite, or not polite, maybe more formal. So, for example, I would like to know, or can you tell me? So there are different phrases that you can, may I know, may I ask. So different phrases that you can use. So let's make, for example.
I have a question.
Of course, of course.
When we use indirect question, it's make it polite than direct question.
Definitely yes.
Yeah.
Definitely yes. Actually, we use these structures to make our speech a little bit more polite and, of course, more formal. So, for example, when talking to friends, if you say, may I know, for example, if you're coming, your friends start laughing. What are you talking about? What is that? So, yeah, really, because we don't talk to our friends this way. Just, I don't know. But when you're talking to people, especially in formal situation or when you don't know them, it's not really, but maybe it depends on the culture. In English, actually American culture, or maybe, I don't know, maybe British culture, it's not really polite to ask questions directly. So especially when you don't know someone. So this way you can just, if you have yes, no, okay, you can use if, as I told you. For example, you want to ask me what time, sorry, let me say something. Sorry, what time does the train leave? It's okay. It's not impolite because I added sorry or excuse me, what time does the train leave? Excuse me, make my direct question polite, so I don't need to change it to indirect. Now I want to change it. I say, excuse me, do you know what time the train leaves? So this one is really important. Let me talk about auxiliary because let's what time does the train leave? This is a normal question. It's not impolite at all. It's not. Now I want to make it more polite. Do you know? Let's make it more formal. May I ask, could you tell me different phrases? It's your choice. Do you know? Now, I have does here and WH question. What time is okay? What time? But because this is indirect question, I don't need does. What time? The train. And now I need to say leaves because actually I omitted does, so I need S here. So this is my indirect question. So if you have do, does, or did in your direct question, you need to remove, omit them when making indirect question. And introductory sentences. Could you tell me, do you know, I wonder, would you, this one. For example, let me write them. Could you tell me, do you know, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm not sure where the bank is. So you're asking. So that is really important. Or I want to make it really polite, formal. Would you mind telling me, this one is really formal. Would you mind telling me, you don't use, okay, would you mind telling me, for example, where the bank is? So you don't need it. So different phrases that you can use. And, well, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, just about, if, and, whether. So for yes, no question, we use them. Just actually another point that you need to know, for example, and you know that the verb comes after subject, not before it, like question, okay? Well, and now, okay, let's keep going with the next one. That, let me see, okay, we have negative questions. This second one. Okay, now we have another. What are negative questions? And we have tag question. So sometimes, first of all, let's explain the meaning of negative, because sometimes I ask you something like, don't you join us? Don't you join us? This is a negative question, but actually I'm using it to maybe like suggest you, to ask you to join us. Is it, don't you? Why don't you? Why don't we stay at home and watch a film, for example? I say that it's better to stay. So negative questions, first of all, so you can use them. It depends how to use them. when you want to, I don't know, express your opinion or you suggest something, when you want to show surprise, or for example, when you want to confirm information. So, for example, I say, surprise. Ah, didn't you hear the news about, for example, wildfire? Didn't you? It's like surprise. And shouldn't we actually end the conversation now? This is opinion. It means it's better to end. And when you want to confirm, for example, haven't you seen this movie before? So I want to confirm. Okay. So this is, actually there are different. So we have surprise, opinion, and confirmation. So let me write. So when we say surprise, it's like, and the only thing that you need to know is when actually you want to make your question, just put your maybe question word. It can be auxiliary, do, does, did, or for example, modal verb, have or has. So your question word in negative. And then make it just, for example, I can say, did you hear the news? It's okay. But when I say, didn't you hear the news? It's like, I'm surprised. Really, you didn't? You didn't hear it? Because everyone is talking about it and you didn't hear about it. So this is the way. When I say, did you hear? For example, did you hear the news about wildfire? I'm just asking you. If you heard or not. But when I say, really? Didn't you hear? It's like, everyone knows why you don't. Like, I'm surprised. And in opinion, for example, I want to, I don't know, like say something that is my idea, my opinion. And I think, shouldn't we leave now? It's like, it's better to leave. This is my opinion, but it's better. So I don't want to say, should we leave? When I say, should we leave? I'm asking you. When I say, shouldn't we leave? This is my opinion, so it's better to go. So I think. And confirmation. So for example, I say, have you seen this film? I'm asking you if you have or not. So this is a normal question, present perfect. When I say, haven't you seen this movie before? I need your confirmation. So say, no, I haven't. Okay, because we have 3 minutes. So let's make 3 sentences using. So maybe the first one you can, for example, okay, indirect question. You can make.
Could you tell me how to go to shopping mall?
Perfect.
Yeah.
How to just how to go. That is really important. When I say how to go, if you are asking for an address, okay, it's better not to say how to go because you're asking, so where the shopping mall is, this is one. Because when I say how to go, I can say, actually, you can go on foot or, for example, by taxi. So you're asking about methods that you can, I don't know, means of transport that you can use. So it's your choice. If you mean that, okay, how, by train or taxi, or I can, for example, walk, you can say how to go. But when I say you are asking for address, so where is, Okay. And now the next one that we just talked, let's talk about negative questions, okay? To show surprise.
Oh. Do you know Mr. blah blah before?
Again, do you know? This is negative. So first negative question. So use the don't.
Yeah. Don't you know? Yeah, right. Don't you know? Don't you know the book? Don't you know someone? And don't you know? anything.
Of course.
Yeah.
For example, don't you know anything about our
Yeah.
holiday? You should know. This is our holiday. Yeah, of course. Don't you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you normally, it's not bad to make past. You know, for example, didn't you hear? Didn't you know? Don't you know? So that was good. And for example, if you want to confirm.
Yeah, the question tag, that mean
to check information to confirm negative question.
I know that he won't come. He.
Okay, no, that was not tag question, because you know we haven't talked about tag question. So just for example, for confirmation, negative question, because negative and tag are two different types. So negative, for example, I say, I am asking you an address and say, isn't this address correct? I want your confirmation. Isn't this? And you say, yes, it is. It's okay. Isn't this address correct? Okay, for example, I say, isn't Hanoi the capital of Vietnam? Because, you know, I want you to confirm it. And you say, yeah, isn't. So this is negative form. Okay, well, let's skip this part. Of course, we talk about it again. Unfortunately, there is no time to talk about question tags. So again, at the next session, we talk about these three forms of question, and we will make more sentences, more questions.
Yeah.
Well, any questions?
Yeah, I don't have any question for now.
Okay, very good. And have a wonderful working day.
Yeah.
And see you later.
Yeah, see you in the long time break.
Yeah. So this is correct. So it's like.
Yeah. Today is last session in the room.
Really? Oh, really? So why I haven't received any note? Yeah. So this is the last before. So I think your holiday stories from I think 24th, right?
Yeah.
January 24th. Okay. So I want to say that. So this is your New Year. So have a wonderful break, first of all, and enjoy your holiday, and wish you the best in actually the New Year ahead. So of course, this is in advance, and Happy New Year to you in advance, of course. Have a great time with family.
Yeah, thank you so much, and see you again.
Of course, Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.